everybody, it is Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoy this video, you guys should subscribe, become patrons over on Patreon to support the channel, and remember to follow us on social media. So today we are going to be talking about a theory about Jacques being related to Watts, with more of a focus on Watts, okay? And so I'm gonna show you guys, this is gonna blow your mind. So this is my Twitter, okay? So I made a tweet, and so somebody posted on a totally unrelated video, like this is a video for the RWBY comic issue 2. I just had a theory for Watts' backstory. Schnee? Jacques' brother, maybe? Think about it. Jacques and his brother work for the SDC, both aiming to take over the SDC. Jacques wins by blaming his brother for something and having him get kicked out of the SDC and marrying Weiss's mother. And then I put, oh, they have a very similar mustache. So that person brought this theory to my attention.
He is from Atlas.
But I'm basically not going to use anything that they said because I don't think it's right.
But
so
you
no
still
offense
gotta
to them.
cite your
so
sources.
We cited our sources. We did get the idea from them. But I put all of the other pieces together, all right? Jacques had a similar hair color to Watts when we see him younger in the painting.
Ooh,
he probably dyed it white to look more like a Schnee. We also know Watts is a disgraced scientist, so what if Jacques got him disgraced?
Ooh.
And then I make a picture. And so you see Watts' mustache.
Dastardly.
All right? You see Jacques' mustache. Like, look at Watts. And look at Jacques.
I mean, Watts is different
Watts?
that it has
It
like
has
the
two
points.
little points, but like fundamentally,
I mean, a mustache.
are they not the same?
I mean, a mustache is a mustache.
And hair-wise, there isn't really anything. Like Jacques definitely has like a different sort of look going on.
Split his back.
Something that I think
Watts could be the younger brother.
I think that's something that helps us in this. Like in his favor, and I get a different picture of Watts later because the colors in this room are different because of the light from Salem's Evil Castle. But Watts' eyes are Watts' eyes are green and Jacques are blue, and that's not totally like, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, because brown eyes is dominant
and
blue eyes is recessive, right? And so
you can have a brown eye.
Yeah, and so the fact that they both don't have brown eyes helps somewhat. Sure. I guess, like, okay, so I have green eyes, my sister has brown eyes, my mom has brown eyes, and my dad's eyes are blue.
And you all have different mustaches. So, like...
Anyway, I had another image of Watts because basically I was using that picture where he's in, like, Raven's bandit camp, if that makes sense. So he's in the camp, so I was trying to color drop him, and basically, so if you guys don't know, blue and yellow are opposite, so they're complementary colors, and Watts' undershirt at least is yellow, and Jacques is obviously, like, he has partially a blue theme, but it also seems like, to an extent, in a sense, right, Watts is like almost the dark version of Jacques, because if you look at that picture, okay, they have the same jacket, vest,
they're
maybe
both fancy boys,
tie, undershirt, like they're both wearing the exact same clothes, okay? And so that's the other thing, is that they're basically dressed the exact same, and you could be like, well, it's just an Atlas thing, but I don't know, it's just that families in RWBY dress similarly when you think about it. Like, if you think about, you know, what Tai Yang and Raven wear, and then look at Yang, it's like, there's an obvious, somebody told me this trope. It was related to Miraculous Ladybug when they told me this trope, though, but it's basically the family all looks the same, like that's the trope, so you know who's related to each other based off of their clothes. But yeah, so I would say that Watts fits in with that somewhat. Now, somebody brought up, I guess it's not a whole, but Jacques' original surname was like Gali or something like that. I think that we can easily get around that. Like, Jacques took Willow's name, but that was for a monetary reason. But Watts could have taken his wife's name if he got married. I can't imagine.
Or like
Watts
he's a criminal, so it could be
he's
an
also,
alias.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and I was just also like, you guys know that Cinder's name is fake, right? Like Raven calls her out for having a fake name. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Watts had to go into hiding and change his name. Like, he could have been Arthur Gelly, and then he changed it to Arthur Watts, because Watts doesn't. Anyway, I'm not gonna say it doesn't sound like a real last name. Obviously it is. But I'm saying it sounds like something that you would make up if you were a disgraced scientist and you needed some sort of alias. So that's sort of...
You had to do a unit of, I guess, some unit of measurement, and it was watts or it was SPF, and so I went with watts.
Yeah, so I feel like that those are the three key pieces of evidence, I guess, is that they're wearing similar clothes. Their mustaches look very
They're
similar.
both from Atlas.
They're both from Atlas. They both have black hair.
Yes.
All right. Like, we've done theories on less information. But here's my other sort of, I guess, theory for why this could be so.
Morally dubious individuals.
You know, I feel like they could have a Simba and Scar thing going on, which I actually said in my tweets. So, Scar is just like, well, I got all the brains in the family, and you got the rest, right? And so with Simba, or with, I guess, Mufasa, right? Mm-hmm. Mufasa's, like, good-looking, and he's, like, strong, and, like, all of this sort of stuff, you know? And Scar is, like, lanky and skinny and ugly.
Effeminate and kind of coded as gay.
And that's how Watts sort of seems too, in a sense. Like, Watts seems like the one with the brains who is
slinky and evil
slinky and skinny and dejected and stuff like that, whereas Mufasa, it's like, oh, Mufasa's strong and stuff like that, like, you know, and Jacques obviously isn't good. Mufasa was, hopefully, unless there's some deep Lion King lore.
Interesting thing you mentioned with the Lion King is also Scar changed his name. Originally, his name wasn't Scar. It was a Swahili word that I think meant like something bad, like dirt or something.
Oh,
which
no.
What an asshole! Not only does he get a scar, and you start naming him Scar, which is.
But yeah, I think I've heard that's like some
named
Scar
them to Dark to
deep lore.
begin with. Yeah, some Disney deep lore.
Yeah, and so there's also that, but it's like they could have that situation going on where Watts was sort of the brains of it all. And, you know, oh, Jacques was good looking. Because Jacques, okay, like, now he's a little bit like the Lorax. But when he was younger in that painting, he looked okay. He was a looker. You know what I mean? He was probably charming in a manipulative way that people wouldn't realize is manipulative.
Willow got involved.
Charming and charismatic and all that stuff. So I feel like that a couple interesting things could have happened. But I feel like somehow it's Jacques' fault that Watts is disgraced. You know, and so some people...
I can't put a finger on it, but I want to blame you.
I know that it is!
Slinky. Maybe he wouldn't be such a bad guy if people like you stopped jumping to conclusions,
What do you mean? I'm saying Watts did it. I'm saying Jacques did it.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, did you not hear I said that Jacques did... Like, it's Jacques' fault that Watts has been outcasted and joined the villains. Were you not paying attention? This is all about how Watts is like... He was good once, and then his brother betrayed him, and he had nowhere to go in society, and so he joined Salem. So I think that a couple things could be possible. Watts married a Faunus and got disgraced by the Atlas military.
Maybe that could be why. Like, I don't want to that could be cool.
In the
tragic
trailer,
life
you
backstory.
see like reverence and then love, and for some reason when they say love, it seems to pan over to Watts or something. Like, I think it was either Watts or remember the Volume 6 trailer, how it's like reverence, love, like all of these things, and we were trying to say, okay, well, each one sort of applies to a villain, and so people said that could have been Watts. Like, Watts was supposed to be love, because one of them was, I don't remember all of them, it was like love, reverence, justice, right? And so we were like, okay, justice is Hazel, reverence is Tyrion, love is Watts. Or maybe something did happen spicily with Willow. Maybe Watts was in love with Willow genuinely.
What if, imagine if like Weiss is actually related to
Watts?
Weiss?
He is though.
Watts?
It would be her uncle.
I guess, already that would be
Weiss,
weird.
Whitley, Willow, Winter, what?
Jacques? Who's Jacques?
Yeah, Jacques.
Maybe he should,
Yeah, so what if he actually loved Willow genuinely, but Nicholas Schnee got manipulated by Jacques' charm?
Because Weiss and Watts has never been in the same room as each other before.
No.
So, like, hypothetically, Weiss could see Jacques and be like,
or what?
Uncle Herbert or something, whatever his real name is, like Herbert Schnee or whatever, or Herbert Nietzsche or whatever his last name was, Glee.
And so,
wow.
Anyway,
this could be a lot, like having like an interesting backstory with Watts, with his backstory with
and here's
Jacques
the thing, right? Jacques has all this power, so no matter where he worked in like the science community, whether it was for the military or a scientist for the Schnee Dust Company, because Schnee Dust Company needs scientists, right?
Sure.
Like wherever he worked, right? Jacques would have kicked him out.
Or
like
screwed him over somehow.
Gotten him disgraced in the scientific Atlas community.
Watts is Otto Octavius and Jacques is like Norman Osborn.
Yes! Exactly! Except they're related.
Except they're related,
okay? This is a spicy meatball. I posted this on Twitter and I was like, it's the CIA! Open up, Carrie Shawcross! It's the the Calxiyn Investigation Agency.
Where's Weiss's uncle?
Like, we got you, Carrie, don't worry. Yeah, that's what I was thinking to myself. I was like, Carrie, I got your number, okay? I know what you guys are doing. I didn't want to tag Miles in that because Miles just like lost a dog, so I didn't want to bother him, but I'll definitely bother Carrie because I got it. The jig is up. Okay, we found you out. Watts is related to the Schnees.
Watch this be like, I don't know, man, because you were right about Jin, and I'm surprised you don't wake up every morning texting me like, by the way, Hunter, I was right about Jin, drop mic, leave room.
I mean, we've been right about other stuff before.
I guess that's true.
There's still, the only other family relation theory that we've done is the one about Emerald being related to Crow. That Crow fucked around when he was, you know, and Emerald was produced, and that's why she's on the streets, because her mom didn't want her, because she was some, like,
because they both
one
have red
night stand
eyes,
baby.
right?
Yeah, because they both had red eyes. So that was the theory. So this was the theory. Nice of y'all to join us. I was gonna do this in like a formatted video like we did the other, but I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. We'll just do it with Hunter. That's fine.
I'm funny.
But what else were you gonna say?
I just realized, because I don't remember doing I vaguely think I remember doing the Crow and Emerald
that
thing.
That one has like over 10,000.
That would be pretty cool if, like, you know, Emerald then was like, you know, that's part of Crow getting better and part of
her redemption arc. She's like, I do have someone that could love me after all, like something like that. I think that would be nice. 10 out of 10. Would theorize again. We'll see you guys later. This was fun. Bye. Thank you for watching, and thank you to our wonderful patrons over on Patreon who support the channel. Their names will scroll through now.